right. So we have a few minutes today to do some editing work. If you watched along yesterday, I was editing the drums in an Alarm Bells remix that I'm working on. And I'm going to continue a little bit of that this morning. So feel free to follow along. So today will be drum and bass guitar edits using Logic Pro for a Special Victims song called Alarm Bells. And I'm going to bring up the screen share here so you can see what I'm working on here. So this is my Logic Pro session. I'm working on editing a remix for the song Alarm Bells. You may have heard the song Alarm Bells by Special Victim, which came out earlier this year. And I'm working on a remix EP. And one of the remixes is a rock remix, a pretty raw rock remix with drums, guitars, bass, and singing. And I'm editing some parts because we recorded these separately at separate times and separate locations. And the bass guitar and the drums are not perfectly lined up. So one option is to go back and either re-record the bass guitar or re-record the drums. I've opted for a third option, which is to do some cutting and pasting to make them fit. So that's what I'm working on right now. So you can hang out and watch me do some edits if that's exciting to you. So I'm just focused on the bass drum or the kick drum and the bass guitar here that Josh recorded. And I'm looking at where the bass drum, I'm listening and looking at where the bass drum and the bass guitar line up. And so I've been doing this for a little while now, and you can join along for a couple more minutes while I do some edits. I know some folks are curious as to how I'm doing these edits, and I'm sure some sound engineers are wincing because I'm doing it my own way. Let me see. I had some cuts around here, yeah, where I've actually moved the bass drum in a few spots to line up with the bass guitar and going through the song and making some of those edits. So let's listen a little bit here. I believe the sound should come through fine. Here's a couple edits right here. I'm going to turn down the volume of the music track. When I played it back yesterday, it was really loud online. All right. Here's an example of something that I might think about. You can see the bass guitar lines up right here, but the bass drum is right here. That's so close. I'll leave those. But there are definitely a few spots in here where Josh was playing a very different pattern on the bass guitar than I was playing on the drums. And so it just doesn't sound right. It doesn't line up right. So I'm going to line these up a little bit. It seems like the bass note's here, and I'm playing the bass drum over here. This will be a test, right? You can watch me do this test here. I'm going to find this full wave file, and I'm going to experiment a little bit. I'm going to move it back to what looks like the beginning of the bass guitar note. Let's see how this sounds. Nope, didn't like that. Seemed too ahead. You know, I may move it back to where it was. I may, by leaving it there, may cause more issues than it's worth. Here's a good one. So it might be tough because I'm gonna have to deal with cymbals later on. But Josh is playing the bass guitar here, and you can see he's playing it different than when I originally recorded the song. This is up above here in the gray. This is my guitar track from when I originally made the song, and my guitar and the drums are similar. Where Josh's bass, he's just playing it at a different spot. So to help make this feel as if the two players are together, let's move this to here and see if that makes the bass drum and the bass guitar sound a little bit tighter. There's another spot. We were just playing very different patterns. Probably something we should work on in the future, but I'm just excited to experiment with this remix by doing this. Here's another good example. And I know there are some people out there who would say, wait, this is you're changing the whole part of this song. You're changing the whole feel of the song, and I'm okay with that. I know I played these parts. I played them the way I wanted to, the way it felt right. But now it's time to make them sound right so they play right in everyone's ears. It's good. There's something there. This is what I've been. This is the area where I remember Josh brought it to my attention saying it sounded like the drums are off time here around the 2-minute and 55-second mark. So it looks like I moved the bass guitar a little bit. I'm going to move. Yeah, I've done some drum edits here as well. Let me go back to this spot here. Let's see if I can find some areas that need an edit. All right, let's split this. I'm going to line these two pieces up here and see how that sounds. Yeah, the more I listen to it, the more I just realize we're playing very different patterns. And I am going to keep doing this where I turn them into similar patterns and hope this turns out nice. I'm going to have to finish up soon because I only had a short while to work on this. Oh yeah, there's some spots here that need some help. But I may stop there because I need to go get some things done according to a message that just popped up. So we'll wrap for now. Thanks for hanging out. We'll probably be back later. Do some. I'll probably do some singing later on. Maybe some vocal streaming. I might do some drum streaming if I can get into the drum room. It's been a little while since I've done some drum streams. But the things I need to do now is I need to finish up these drum edits for this Alarm Bells Rock the Bells remix. And what else do I have left on this? I think that's it. Well, then I need to figure out who's going to do the final mix of this song. I might do it, but I may choose to pass the mix off to someone else. At least, even though the original Alarm Bells, I did all of the recording, mixing, and mastering. I may have someone else do it. But anyways, I'm going to wrap up now. We might be back on later on. Have a great day. See everybody. Bye for now.